teach anatomy physiology, which is a very heavy content course, and you spend only, so the quarter is 12 weeks, 11 weeks actually, and then you spend maybe 2 to 3 weeks on bones and skeletal muscles. That's not a lot. And the information that you learn, you can memorize, and then you can forget once the quarter over, and even not when the quarter is over. But if you incorporate these model building, the bone model building and skeletal muscle model building, students do it piece by piece, and they get so engaged. We learn a lot of things around us by what is called tactile or kinesthetic skills or kinesthetic behavior. That is the feeling of touch. So that is one aspect of physical model, that students, by just touching and building something, they improve on their learning. The second aspect is the visual aspect. Students, by looking at the books, the computer, looking at the model of different organs, and then they try to replicate it using recyclable, inexpensive materials, they learn. And so tactile combined with the visual improve learning. The third aspect of working on a model as a group is it improves the ability to communicate and the ability to collaborate. Some of my students, when they saw some of these models, a clip actually that was prepared by the VR lab of some of these models from the former students, they were asking me that when do we see ours, our model? So that tells me that they really enjoyed building the model and bringing them to life by bringing them to VR. Initially, when we started to have the scanning, XR Lab would do that for us. So it was pretty straightforward. We would make the model, bring him to XR Lab, leave him for an extended period of time till the scanning was done. But recently we decided to switch to have students scan. And one of the advantages of that is that students also go through the process. They learn what it means by 3D scanning. A lot of students, as an example, a lot of students, when they build their model, they put a cardboard support or some sort of solid support in the back that it was not, when you do the 3D scanning, you would not see the back, or in anatomy called the posterior of the models. And but once they came in person into XR Lab and they did scanning on their own, they learned that how important it is that the model to be made in a manner that you can go around 360 degrees and scan them. So those are some of the advantage of having students, anatomy physiology students who build the model, also do the scanning to realize, and hopefully in future we can expand that to anatomy physiology, microbiology students who are the model builder, come in and build the space within the VR. There are several reasons that are important for students to have their models to be built in a digital gallery. One is these models are very fragile, very inexpensive, cheap in the sense of the way they're built, because all recyclable materials. Therefore, it is important to, if the model is really depict the concept of anatomy, physiology, microbiology, to be preserved and archived. and future students can use those models as reference point. We call it XR lab, we call it virtual lab, but what about if we use the term of virtual museum? That means others can come in. When I say others, I'm talking about people who are not in the field of science, but they have interest to know about anatomy and physiology of human. They have the opportunity to go into these galleries and look at the models and look at the creativity, look at the concept. And so for broader audience, this is a museum, this is a platform that they can go to. Hopefully in future, the VR lab would extend the work not only to anatomy, physiology, microbiology models, but other faculty members in the art department, in even abstract concepts like mathematics. They could come up with models that are kinesthetic, that are visual, that are interactive, which are known in the field of education, that all promote and enhance learning and retention of the knowledge.